Matter of Lydia Alexander, as file J22-122-NA. If I could have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, starting with Mr. Sommerfeld.
Thank you, Judge. Don Sommerfeld for the Department of Health and Human Services.
David Delaney for respondent father, Tyler Pickering.
Donna Hansel on behalf of the minor child, Lydia Alexander.
I do see Mr. Solis from the department is here as well. I would note that Mr. Pickering, the father, I believe, is still incarcerated through sometime in January in Wexford County. Is that correct, Mr. Solis?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you very much. So he's not present, but we do have everybody else here, so we will proceed. I have received a copy of Mr. Solis's report from the Department of Health and Human Services dated 12/2, containing his recommendations and report. I've also received a parent agency treatment plan dated October 13th of 2025, as well as a case service plan dated October 13th, 2025. Are there any other documents I should be aware of, Mr. Sommerfeld?
No, Judge. Court report to parent agency treatment plans, case service plan.
Yep, that's what I've got. I've reviewed that. Any objection to the court considering those documents?
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, those will be admitted and the court has reviewed them. Mr. Sommerfeld, do you wish to call Mr. Solis?
Yes, briefly, Judge.
Mr. Solis, if you'd raise your right hand so I can swear you in. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Sommerfeld, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Solis, can you say your name, please, and spell your last name?
Joaquin Solis, S-O-L-I-S.
And how are you employed?
I'm a foster care worker for Otsego County DHS.
Okay, and do you know Lydia Alexander?
I do. She's a foster care kiddo on my caseload.
Okay, and we were talking a little bit earlier. The dad is who?
Tyler Pickering.
And he is in what jail currently?
Wexford County.
All right, and one of the needs identified in his parent agency treatment plan is substance abuse?
It is.
Okay, and isn't substance abuse one of the reasons that he is currently in jail?
It is. He has at least 2 that I know of DUIs that resulted in his incarceration.
Okay, and in Michigan, we call that operating while intoxicated, a motor vehicle?
Yes.
All right. So, well, it was also stated too that his release date is going to be in January of 2026, pretty soon coming up.
I believe it's the end of January. I don't have the exact date from him.
Okay, and so right now, your report indicates that he's doing whatever services he can at the jail regarding, you know, the services for reunification, the things that he can do while he is in jail.
Yes, he is.
Okay, and then when he is released, he will have, he will be able to fully engage if he chooses to participate in the services for the purposes of reunification.
Yes, he will be. I have provided him with his treatment plans on 2 separate occasions now. I mailed the latest one to him in jail. He sent it back and signed it in agreement. So as far as I know, he is planning on engaging in services once he's released.
Okay, and has Lydia had any in-person contact with him?
She is not.
Okay, and but they have had communication like electronically, like over phone or something?
Very, very minimal. She had a FaceTime with him during the time that her mother, Tabitha's case was open. Tabitha contacted Tyler and he had spoken to her over a video call. But I would say that for the most part, Lydia does not know who Tyler is, does not recognize him as a father.
Okay, and that leads me to the next question. you're looking for some therapeutic guidance in order before that in-person contact happens.
We are. So I referred Lydia to Dr. Tim Strauss at Joy Valley. She has a psychological evaluation scheduled for January 6th. The foster parent is aware of that, is planning on taking her. I've also spoken to the foster parent about engaging Lydia again in counseling services. The thought for DHS is that we will wait until we get the result of the evaluation from Dr. Strauss to decide what kind of counseling would be best for Lydia. And hopefully we would receive that around the time that Mr. Pickering would be released from jail, and the possibility of parenting time would occur.
So specifically, did you, in a referral to Mr. Tim Strauss, the evaluator, did you request some type of guidance or an evaluation as it pertains to having first-time contact for someone who's never seen their father before?
Yes, I did. The situation was made very clear to him. In addition to the fact that Lydia has also been through a very lengthy abuse neglect case with her mother, and you know the trauma that brought to her. So yeah, Dr. Strauss is very aware of the situation.
Okay, and so I see, as it relates to Lydia, the minor child, that she has successfully completed counseling and the issues have been rectified that she was having.
Yes. So Tabitha released her rights in October of last year. And so Lydia has had a significant amount of time to process that as much as a kindergartner can, and to engage in therapy. And that is very much the concern for the department right now, that starting to have some contact with a parent that she doesn't know will cause her to regress. So she is, I mean, she has done very well since October of last year. She's has a significant bond with the foster parents. She's doing great in school. So we're just trying to be very, very careful as how to proceed. Even though Mr. Pickering has rights, this is a delicate situation for this young child. So we just don't want to see any regression or any more trauma for Lydia.
And that has been discussed with Mr. Pickering.
It has.
And does he understand the need here that, that this is being done to protect his daughter in the hopes of facilitating contact?
I think that he does. He says that he does. He says that, based on the fact that her mother doesn't have any rights, he wants to do what's right for Lydia, and step up and participate in his treatment plan and be a parent to her. But I really can't say. He does say that he understands the situation.
So are we asking to keep the goal of reunification?
Yes, we are at this time.
Okay, and we're also asking the court to order Mr. Pickering to engage and benefit with his parent agency treatment plan for reunification.
Yes.
And then are you asking the court for this contact to be ordered after we get some more psychological information regarding having that contact from Mr. Strauss?
Yes, as well as, ordering that Mr. Pickering show some engagement and benefit from services once he's released. As far as the timeline, I think that we will have some guidance from Dr. Strauss by the time that Mr. Pickering is released. But for Lydia's benefit, his engagement in services and some input from psychologists would be best for Lydia's well-being.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to offer today?
I don't think so.
Okay. And I did kind of forget about this, but your report indicates that Lydia is doing very well in her placement.
She is, yeah. She has a significant bond with the foster parents. She's doing very well in her kindergarten class. She's, I would say, for over a year now, she's really been thriving in her placement.
All right. Thank you. Judge, I have nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Delaney, your questions?
You indicated that Lydia is in kindergarten, and so that would make her how old?
She's 5.
Okay. Do your records indicate, because I know we don't have Tyler today, but that's we can still proceed, his actual date of release? Would you be able to look that up?
I can look that up. He told me, and it's not in my report, I apologize. It's at the very end of January.
Okay.
I don't know the exact date though.
All right. And I know you indicated that. I was just trying to follow up for the next review hearing. If you know, and I know you're obviously not his probation officer, I think this case was out of Kalkaska, but he's in Wexford because they didn't have the jail accommodation. Is that your recollection?
That's what I was told by Mr. Pickering, yes.
All right. And so he'll, if you know, he'll continue to be on probation through Kalkaska after he's released.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
And do you know where Tyler might be relocating to when he's released?
He was living in the Elmira area, and I believe that he said he has an acquaintance in that area that he might be staying with when he's released.
All right. We'll have a review hearing in 91 days, which will put us into March. Think that'll be enough time for there to be some progress for Tyler, that he's out and, you know, he'll have a month or so? Or do you think it should be sooner than that, or is that too soon? If we did it in February, if the court chose to schedule it then, do you have any thoughts about when we should, because he'll be out finally, when, or do you think the 91 days would be sufficient?
I mean, I would think that on our end, I would think that 91 days. So we'll be prepared to refer him to psychological evaluation, and then we would refer him to drug screening services, counseling services, substance abuse services through somewhere in his area. I would think we would be able to get those things moving as soon as we are sure of his release date.
All right. Looks like Wexford County is coming on, so I can ask those questions of Tyler if he's coming in. That's all I have. Thank you.
Can I have your name, sir?
Tyler Pickering.
All right, Mr. Pickering, my name is Judge Hesselink. We have begun your case involving Lydia, your daughter. Mr. Solis from the MDHHS office has testified that Lydia is doing well, that you have complied with the services that have been provided to you while you're in the jail, and that you are likely to be released from jail sometime at the end of January of 2026. Is that all accurate information?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your attorney, Mr. Delaney, is present, and he may have some additional questions for you or some additional information for you. And when he's done with that, I'm going to ask the guardian ad litem to ask any questions that she has of Mr. Solis. Mr. Delaney, anything that you need to give, information you need to give or questions you have for your client?
Yes, Tyler, what's your actual release date?
The 21st of January.
And are you going to be on probation out of Kalkaska?
No, sir, I'm gonna be all done with everything.
Okay. We thought that you might be returning to Elmira, Michigan. Is that accurate?
Actually, I got a house in Kalkaska while I was in here. I do
Do you
not
know-
know the address yet, but I will get that to you as soon as I can get it.
Yeah, and get it to the court, and to Mr. Solis.
Yes,
The place in Kalkaska, will it be just you, friends, relatives? Do you have any information about that?
it's just gonna be me and maybe my girlfriend. We haven't decided that yet.
All right. And you probably already know that, you have to continue to toe the line when you get out on all fronts, including people that you reside with.
Yes.
Okay. What about employment? I know January cannot be the best time in tourist towns of the north. Anything lined up for employment?
I actually have a job at RNS.
Okay, what do they do?
I'm a mechanic there.
Okay, good. The other thing we talked about was we might have the therapists decide when you can start to have contact with Lydia, considering the history and, you know, she's in kindergarten, she's 5, and there's not been a lot of contact with you. Do you think that's a good idea? That would be a way to
Honestly,
proceed?
I do, and that will give me more time to set up a room for her and everything else too, as soon as I get out.
Okay, so kind of back to where we started, as soon as you get out or have that information, I think get that to Mr. Solis and to the court. You have Mr. Solis's contact information, you know, to do all that.
Yeah,
Okay, and you should have court papers there too, with the court address and telephone.
yes.
Okay, so make those phone calls when you get out, and then anything else you want us to be aware of? We kind of covered that you're doing what you can at the facility, but anything else that we should know about the progress?
I've been attending AA and doing my group meetings every week. I actually have information about that and getting a list, and everybody's been signing off on that, so. And I actually became trustee, so I'm really trying to get out of here as soon as I can. That's all I pretty much got.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pickering. Ms. Hansel, do you have any questions for Mr. Solis?
I don't for Mr. Solis. I do for Mr. Pickering, Your Honor.
Please go right ahead.
Okay, Mr. Pickering, if I understand correctly and my math is correct, you are soon to be 28 years old. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and this job at RNS, is that something you had previously prior to being incarcerated?
yes, ma'am.
So you'd be returning to the job? Okay, do you have other children?
Yes, I have 2 other children.
Okay, and where do they reside?
Antrim and, Mount Morenzi.
Okay. And how old are they?
I got a 9-year-old and he's about 6.
Okay, so there's a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I pay child support on both of them.
okay. And do you have, what type of custody is set up, or do their mothers have custody, or
Their mothers have custody.
okay, do you have like standard parenting time or anything like that, or is it?
Yeah, it's standard.
So how frequently do you see them?
I actually don't see them.
Okay, so sometimes it's set up like every other weekend or something like that. That's not set up in this case with them?
No, no.
Okay. All right, let me just make for sure. That's all I had. And when, I may have asked you this last time, and I'm sorry if I did, but when did you become aware of Lydia's existence? Did you know about that like during the pregnancy, or was it?
I knew about it during the pregnancy, and that was when we actually moved down to Oklahoma together.
Okay.
And she kicked me out down there, so I came back to Michigan, and she said that she would get a hold of me as soon as Lydia was born,
Okay.
and never did. But after that, she came back to Michigan, and I actually seen Lydia a couple times at a hotel I got.
Mm-hmm.
And she came and stayed with me for a couple of nights, her and her oldest daughter, older sister.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the last time I seen Lydia.
And how old was Lydia then?
I believe 2.
Okay. So did you guys ever go to court and ever do anything custodial wise with Lydia, or you didn't do that?
No,
There was no child support order or custody order, nothing like that entered.
no, nothing like that.
Okay. Are you on the birth certificate for Lydia? Do you know?
I do not know.
Have you signed any affidavit?
I haven't signed anything, no.
Okay. All right. I have no other questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Solis, just to finish your testimony, are you asking for any type of evaluation or examination of Mr. Pickering upon his release, or do you just asking for the expert testimony or expert recommendation regarding Lydia?
No, it's also in his treatment plan that we'll be asking for a psychological evaluation for him as well.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Sommerfeld, any other witnesses or evidence?
I do not, Judge.
Mr. Delaney, any witnesses or evidence? I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney, you're on mute.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hansel, any witnesses or evidence?
No, sir.
Closing statement, Mr. Sommerfeld?
Judge, I'd ask the court to continue the goal of reunification. When Mr. Pickering is released from jail, he will be able to fully engage. I like that he's doing what he can now. He's also setting himself up for, a place to live, source of income, and it's just really going to be on him as far as him doing things. And we know right now that Lydia's in a good placement. All of her needs are being met. And again, I would ask the court, Mr. Solis's third recommendation was about to have some therapeutic answers in Lydia's psychological evaluation with Tim Strauss, to either guide or, to help us reintroduce Dad and his daughter.
Mr. Delaney?
Briefly, I think we have a consensus on the counseling. I think even Tyler agrees that defer to the counselors. Let's not introduce too quickly here. And then not to usurp the court's role, I think Tyler knows he has to hit the ground running when he gets out. I think that the court might tolerate some little mistakes, but big ones you might not be able to recover from. If you get arrested again and go back to jail with the track record you have, and with the mother not being in this case, there would probably be a point of no return for you. So you have to look at your girlfriend and who you associate with. Those are really going to be huge for you and your coworkers. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Hansel?
I'm in agreement with the recommendation. I would, and I didn't ask earlier, but it would be my hope that Mr. Strauss would be the one doing the psych eval on Mr. Pickering as well. He does do those frequently, and since he is the one who will be working with his daughter, it might give him a better idea of how things may work might not work. But I am very pleased that the agency has made sure that Mr. Strauss is well aware of the situation and would be filling out the pertinent information as per Lydia, what would be in her best interest. And she's doing very, very well right now. So I'm comfortable in that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the court will follow the recommendations in this case. They do appear to be appropriate. Lydia is doing well. Mr. Pickering is doing what he can. And so we will follow those recommendations, which include that Lydia remain a temporary ward of the court, a referral to MDHHS for placement care and supervision be continued. Services for Mr. Pickering will be continued as are in his current parent agency treatment plan. And the court will order that Mr. Pickering comply and demonstrate benefit from all ordered services upon his release. I would also note that that does will require him to engage in a psychological evaluation. Mr. Solis, is it in your intent to use Mr. Strauss for that psychological evaluation of Mr. Pickering?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, that would be, I believe that would be appropriate. So thank you for doing that as well. I would also ask MDHHS to investigate to see if there are any issues with paternity or any other things that Mr. Pickering may need to follow up on in the near future to establish his relationship with his daughter. I don't want us to be assuming and then find out 3 months or 6 months or 9 months from now that there's a problem with that. So let's investigate. And if he needs to do some additional work, some additional court actions, please assist him in understanding what he needs to do, or at least advise Mr. Delaney what you have and have not found in that regard. And Mr. Delaney can then advise him what he needs to do to assist that. And then finally, I will give MDHHS discretion to initiate or delay the initiation of contact between Mr. Pickering and Lydia based on the recommendations from the psychological evaluation with Mr. Strauss as to Lydia's needs and also as to what Mr. Pickering's needs are once that those evaluations have been completed. And I would ask that you move without delay as to both of those processes so that we can have that done as soon as possible. Mr. Sommerfeld, is there anything else that you would ask the court to order?
No, and I would like to point out, Judge, there is a default judgment affiliation. It's from the Circuit Court in Otsego County, Judge Mertz. Mr. Pickering was made Lydia's father by operation of law, and that being the default because he didn't follow through with setting up a friend of the court order. So that issue, we know that Lydia is Mr. Pickering's daughter. So
all right. Now that you mentioned that, I do recall that being in the file. I just did not remember that on my own. So thank you for bringing that to my attention again. So Mr. Solis, don't worry about my rant there for a second. Mr. Sommerfeld is appropriate. Bring that into my attention. Mr. Delaney, anything else for the court's order?
No, thank you.
Ms. Hansel?
No, sir.
All right, that will be the order of the court. Thank you all very much. Court will be in recess.
Judge.